So students, let's talk about equilibrium first. Okay, so equilibrium, when I'm discussing this topic, what comes into your mind? What comes? The word that comes with related to that equilibrium is stability or stable word. Okay, something which is stable. So do remember that any object which tries to attain stability, that is, if an object is at rest, it should be in rest for its attaining stability, or if an object is in motion, it should attain its stability by in motion only. Then in that condition, that object is tend to be in equilibrium. Okay, let's discuss the case 1 so that you could understand it more clearly. I have taken a table here on which I have kept a box where I am putting two type of forces here. One is of 10 Newton magnitude and another one is of 20 Newton magnitude. So in which direction the box will move now? What do you think? For that we have to calculate the resultant force. Resultant force means this force minus this force. Okay. For that I am taking 10 Newton and I am subtracting it from 20 Newton. Okay, what I will get? I will get the resultant force, that is minus 10 Newton, and the minus sign will denote the object moves towards the direction of unbalanced force, that is towards the left. Minus sign denotes that the object is in leftward. Okay, so this object was at rest earlier and now no longer is at rest. While calculating the resultant force, we got that no longer it is in rest, because here it comes to be 10 Newton minus 10 Newton. That means since before it was in rest, but now no longer it is at rest. Therefore you could say that it is not stable or in equilibrium. Now let's discuss the case 2, where I have taken the same example, but I have changed the forces here. That means now what I am doing is I am putting 20 Newton and 10 Newton two forces together in this direction, whereas 20 Newton in that direction. Now will the object is stable? Again, to calculate the resultant force, 20 plus 10 is 30 Newton minus 20 Newton. What I am getting? I am getting positive 10 Newton force as a resultant force. That means the object still is not stable. Okay, earlier it was at rest, but no longer now it is in rest, it is in motion, and equilibrium doesn't states. Now again considering the third case, where again I have taken the same example, but the condition that I have applied here is in both the direction I have mentioned that I am putting the force of 10 Newton, same magnitude. Now what will happen if I am calculating the resultant force of it? 10 Newton minus 10 Newton, we'll get the 0. 0 means what? No resultant force is there. Okay, that means object was at rest earlier, but after putting a lot of force from this direction also and from this direction also, it is still at rest only. That is, the object is stable, that is, it is in equilibrium. So how or what you got to know from these three cases? That is, when resultant force is 0 or it comes to be 0, object is said to be in equilibrium. So students, this though I have talked to you in the case of transitional motion. Transitional means either it will slide here or it will slide there. What about the case of rotational motion? So for this rotational motion, I have taken an example of seesaw. वी ऑलरेडी नो सीसॉ, वी हैव प्लेड वेल, जिसमें एक यहाँ पर बैठता है और दूसरा यहाँ पर, और यहाँ पर ये फिक्स्ड होता है एट दिस एंड, एंड दिस इज द एग्जाम्पल ऑफ अ रोटेशनल मोशन. ओके, वी हैव प्लेड अ लॉट. So let's take the example of seesaw, and I am discussing here case 1 of this. Okay, so case 1 states that I have taken a seesaw on which two objects A and B are at equal distance from the center. That means if A is from the center at 2 meter and B must also be from the center at 2 meter. So in such case, what we will check? Resultant force only, resultant moment only, or both A and B? Just think. Tell me. In this case, students, we will think tangential force too. Tangential means which tends to rotate in the direction. Okay. That means both A and B we will consider resultant force also and resultant moment also. Okay, so let's discuss the case where I have taken both the objects up which are separated from the center at 2 meters of distance. And students, both the forces are acting downwards. One is of 20 newtons A and second one is of 30 newtons B. and due to A, the torque could be, what the torque could be? Torque is force, that is 20 newtons acting on A, into distance, that is 2 meter from the fixed point. 20 into 2 we got 40 newton meter, but that is anti-clockwise. How I have calculated anti-clockwise? Positive, because when it is acting downwards, definitely it will rotate in this direction, है ना, and this is the direction of anti-clockwise. And now due to B, students, the torque acting is 30 newton is the force and 2 meter again is the distance from the fixed point. So it is 60 newton meter, but the negative sign will come, and negative sign indicates that it is moving in clockwise direction, because if it is acting downward, it will definitely rotate here. Okay, so resultant moment from here you will calculate that it is 60 newton meter minus 40 newton meter. What we will get? 20 newton meter as a resultant moment. Therefore, it is not in the state of equilibrium. Let's discuss the other case where you are seeing, is the equilibrium achieved? How? Both I have taken as 20 newton meter, both the forces acting downwards. So due to A, torque is 20 into distance I have taken same, 2 meter from the hinged or fixed point, which is at mid. 20 into 2, that is positive 40 newton meter, because it is moving anti-clockwise. Due to B, the force is, torque is 20 into 2, that is minus 40 newton meter, because it is moving anti-clockwise. And the resultant moment, how we are calculating? 40 minus 40. This 40 minus this 40, will get the answer as 0. So you can say that it is in equilibrium state. Students, from this what I got to know? Conditions of equilibrium. What should be the conditions to be remembered? The resultant of all the forces acting on a body should be equal to 0, as we saw in the box, table and box example, है ना? The resultant of all the forces acting on a body, on that object, should be equal to 0 for the condition of equilibrium. Second one, we have observed by considering the seesaw example that the algebraic sum of moments of all the forces, do read it again, the algebraic sum of moments of all the forces which is acting on a body about the point of rotation should be 0. Hope so. Is it clear to you now? It generally asks that what is a condition of equilibrium, to write in the paper. So do remember that. Now coming to types of equilibrium. Equilibrium is classified into two types, where first one is our static equilibrium and second one is our dynamic equilibrium. Now the word static itself, what students mean? Could you please tell what this word static stands for? Static stands for the rest. Fine. Whereas dynamic is the opposite of it, that is in motion. So if an object is at rest and a lot of forces or moments applied on it, and even after that it continues to be in rest, then that is called static equilibrium. As seen in case third of box, where what we have done, 10 Newton of magnitude of forces is applied from both the direction, and resultant force we are getting 0. Hope so you are calculating it. Hope so you are recalling it, है ना? Or you can consider the rope example. Two persons are pulling a rope of equal magnitude. दोनों अपना लगा रहे हैं, एक इधर और एक इधर. Rope will not move. It will be in that case. That is, if an object is at rest, पहले से ही rope rest पे था, और ये दोनों सेम इक्वल अमाउंट फोर्स लगा रहे हैं अपनी अपनी तरफ, तब भी ऑब्जेक्ट में कोई फर्क नहीं आ रहा, इट कंटिन्यूज टू बी इन रेस्ट. तो दिस इज द एग्जांपल ऑफ स्टैटिक इक्विलिब्रियम. ओके, एंड इफ वी आर कंसिडरिंग और इफ वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट डायनामिक इक्विलिब्रियम, इट इज इफ एन ऑब्जेक्ट इज इन मोशन and applying lot of force or moments, it attains to be in motion only, nothing change happens. How? Taking an example of a aircraft. See here, it is an airplane or aircraft which is moving. What happens? It moves very firmly, smoothly. How, students? Have you ever thought? Its weight is acting downwards and one other force is acting upwards, which we are calling lift. Lift is what? It is here you can say lift is generated by air. जो air ऊपर की तरफ force लगा रही है, that is lift. Okay, lift is a force generated by aircraft to go upwards, but इसका weight इसको नीचे ले रहा है downwards की तरफ. तो उस स्टेट में इक्विलिब्रियम की स्टेट आ जाएगी जो पहले से ही एयरक्राफ्ट मोशन में था और अभी भी स्टिल मोशन में ही रहेगा, फाइन, बट एयरक्राफ्ट इज स्टिल इन मोशन. और अगेन यू कैन कंसिडर द एग्जाम्पल ऑफ प्लैनेट्स रेवोल्यूशन अराउंड द सन. आपने देखा होगा कि प्लैनेट्स जो मूव करते हैं ऑर्बिट्स में, इन एलिप्टिकल ऑर्बिट्स, ये सन है आपका, इसके अराउंड मूव कर रहे होते हैं ऑर्बिट्स में आपके प्लैनेट्स. ओके, दीज प्लैनेट्स आर रिवॉल्विंग अराउंड द सन. ऐसा क्यों नहीं हो जाता कि सन की तरफ सारे, जैसे सन का टेंडेंसी क्या है, ड्यू टू ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स, ये क्या करता है, अपनी तरफ ऑब्जेक्ट्स को, अपनी तरफ प्लैनेट्स को अट्रैक्ट करता है. तो प्लैनेट सारे जब इधर अट्रैक्ट हो रहे हैं तो यहाँ क्यों नहीं चले जाते? इसलिए नहीं चले जाते बिकॉज देयर इज़ वन अदर फोर्स विच इज़ एक्टिंग आउटवर्ड्स टू इट, जिसका नाम होता है सेंट्रीफ्यूगल फोर्स. ओके, और अंदर की तरफ जो फोर्स लग रहा है ड्यू टू ग्रेविटी, उसका नाम होता है सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स. और दोनों फोर्स इक्वल अमाउंट में लग रहे हैं, बाहर वाला अपनी तरफ खींच रहा है और अंदर वाला अपनी तरफ इक्वल अमाउंट में. तो उससे क्या होता है, उससे ये होता है कि ऑब्जेक्ट अपने ही अटेन्ड पोजीशन पे रहता है, मोशन में ही चलता चला जाता है. होप सो इट इज़ क्लियर टू यू स्टूडेंट्स. ओके, सो डू वॉच द वीडियो. इफ़ यू हैव एनी क्वेरी, डू आस्क मी इन द कमेंट सेक्शन and watch it again.